once, this is both the most mature car that I've ever driven, and yet at the same time somehow manages to be one of the most juvenile cars I've ever experienced. My name is Gary Grant, and today we're in the Porsche 911 Carrera 4 GTS. Driving around the neighborhood at 30 kilometers per hour, maybe second gear, this car has a heaviness, almost like a Panzer that's waiting to attack an entire town. That heaviness is a trick, however, because even the slightest bit of pressure on the right pedal brings the beast to life in spectacular fashion. Every aspect of the GTS is razor sharp in the way that you might expect a World War II fighter plane to be. From the guttural growl of the exhaust at idle and just off idle, to the shrill scream as the RPMs climb, everything about this car says, let's go. It's time to fight. In the early 80s, car enthusiasts got their first glimpse of a road-going car that would turn 4 seconds in the 0 to 60 in the form of the now iconic 911 Turbo, or as some people called it, the 930. Fast forward a few decades, and we have a normally aspirated all-wheel drive 911 that, when it's got the PDK like this car has, is capable of doing that 4 seconds 0 to 60. It really is amazing. The reason the 911 has such a loyal following is that despite having the instincts of a fighter, it's a real car that does good things as a daily driver. The back seat, you know what? It's small, but you can put a couple of small teenagers back there, and while they won't be overly comfortable, you can actually put them back there. And for the record, teenagers like being thrown in the back seat of a 911. The forward-mounted trunk is surprisingly huge. You can put 4, maybe 5 full cases of beer in there. Don't ask. The track-ready front seats in the GTS are a little bit of a challenge for those with creaky joints, or if you're a big guy like me. But once you're inside, you're coddled and surrounded with Alcantara surfaces and leather and stitching. The attention to detail is second to none, and the supportive seats, perfect for a lapping day, are also I'd be happy to drive to Florida in this thing like now. With a starting price of just over 140 grand here in Canada, obviously the Carrera 4 GTS isn't for everyone, but if you have the means, you absolutely owe it to yourself to own a 911, but really you owe it to yourself to buy the Carrera 4 GTS. With all-wheel drive, this might just be the ultimate car for daily life in Canada.